So, Eric, through you, we were able to see the value of definitely having a 21-day raw, right? That we call that
Hmm.
phase three. And then we have, of course, a 7-day option for people who might not be ready to dive in or maybe job or whatever, traveling, whatever prevents them to doing the 21 days. So let me ask this. Phase one, phase two, you have 21 days, 7 day. How would you weigh in and for the perspective that people should look at this process? Phase three, phase two, 21-day, 7 day. How would you weigh in on that?
Well, most everyone needs to do 3 weeks, especially if you've been eating meat most of your life, which a
Okay.
lot of us have. Even if you just changed your diet 2 to 3 years ago, you still created damage. So the scan will show you the residuals of the damage already done.
Okay.
And now that we understand the damage, we definitely want to do the 3 week, but sometimes it's tough. It is tough. And I'm gonna tell you, I worked with a gentleman. He was so toxic,
Mm,
it was almost close to impossible to get him. It was tough because he had been doing cocaine. He had been doing a lot of, he abused his body with a lot of substances.
okay.
When you do that, that means your body is really toxic on its deepest level. In fact, the doctor had given him 2 years to live.
Mm,
But once he started detoxing, he was so toxic from his past lifestyle
mm,
that the Herxheimer detox reactions were severe, and it almost didn't allow him to get through it. And
wow.
so sometimes a person may need that 7 days if they're so
Okay.
toxic that they just need to get through something just to start building up to that three
Gotcha.
weeks. But
Gotcha.
if a person is really dealing with a severe issue, 7 days may not be enough. You might have to just jump in that 3 and rough it out. That's why you have coaches. Our goal is to coach you through it so that you can lean on us. Our yoke, our yoke is light.
Love it.
So when you lean on a coach, that coach is going to help you to override your subconscious program. That's
Love
what
it.
the coach is for, to override your subconscious program, because you can't get past that. Like you said, you are who you are on the deepest level. So you have to connect with the coach. The coach pulls you across, and now you're able to make it through that. So everyone's going to go through some affliction. Don't try to avoid affliction. Just lean into it. Lean
Love it.
into it and just allow the suffering to take place, because long suffering is one of the qualities and characteristics of the spirit of peace in the Bible.
I
So we
love it.
got to go through it. Unfortunately, there's no
Yeah,
easy
you
way
gotta
around it.
have,
Even
yeah, that
even
dominion over flesh. Go ahead.
Acts 14:22 tells us that only through much tribulation can you enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Wow.
There is no easy way around this. So stop trying to avoid pain. Stop trying to avoid affliction. Accept the voluntary process so that you won't have to go through the involuntary process. Because let me tell you, everyone who wants to live has to come through this process. And I'm not saying that with pride or anything. I'm saying that this is what I discovered, that wow, this is the process on the road to life. Because enter ye in at the straight gate, for broad is the road that leads to destruction, but narrow is the path that leads to life. And it says that there are very few people that find that path. This is not an easy path, but once you find it, you are on the path to life. So whether
Love
you
it.
take the 7 day or the 21 day, never take this process out of your life. Pass
All
it
right.
on to your mothers and your sisters and your brothers if you love them. If you love
Mm,
yourself, detox anywhere from 2 to 3 times a year and for the rest of your life. And I guarantee you, you'll be like me, out competing with college kids that are 30 years younger than myself.